And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Richmond International Raceway as we're getting set for the running of the Foo 250, race number 7 of the debut season of the NR2003 Diva Busch Series. Getting set for 60 laps of racing here this evening at Richmond International Raceway. It was a much better race in our Truck Series event last night compared to what happened last week at Louisiana, which all 3 races did not have a single caution. And it was the traditional Richmond beating and banging we saw from last night's race in the Truck Series. Natalie Fisher starts on the pole position for this evening's race, her first pole of the year. She dropped 4 spots to 8th in the point standings last week at Louisiana. Alongside of her is Shanti Darwish in the number 4. Darwish comes in this race 27th in the points, trying to turn what has been a struggling season around in that Ford Geico team. Alexandre Sarnes, the Brazilian driver, which I want to thank Frank for telling me the nationality of Alexandre. But Alexandre has not had, let's see, Alexandre comes into this race. She's been having some okay runs in the last couple of weeks, Alexandre. She is now 13th in the point standings, and Sally Ford, former winner this season, is 9th in the points, lost 6 spots after a poor race last week at Louisiana. Leela Bakai is still your points leader, but 4 points over Balam Kim. April Winters is third in the standings, 76 points back, Angela Thornburg, 84 points back. She won last week's race at Louisiana. Chow Deng is 5th, 89 points back. 118 point back is Darlene Ward, who is 6th. Selena Diaz is 7th, 119 points back, as the cars are going to go ahead and roll up behind the pace car. Our pole sitter, Natalie Fisher, she is 8th in the standings, 123 points back. Sally Ford, as I mentioned, dropped 6 spots down to 9th in the standings, and Caitlin Roy is 129 points back in the 10th position. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 60 laps of racing. We're racing the Foo 250 for the Diva Busch Series. I had to go get my drink, so hope y'all didn't mind. And Sydney Ball had a mechanical problem. There she is in the 79. Not sure what's wrong with Sydney Ball's car. This is not good for Sydney Ball. Dead last in the point standings. And she has gotten herself going, so looks like she managed to stay on the lead. Nope, she actually went 1 lap down, so we're not entirely sure what was wrong with that 79, but unlike with Megan Knight a couple of weeks ago at Darlington, the problem is not terminal. But unfortunately, she's going to be 1 lap down as a result. Took us very early in the race for the first yellow to come out in last night's Diva Truck Series race. What will we see here tonight in the Diva Busch Series race? Sarnes is now in second, Darlene Ward third. Here's a battle of teammates between Calip Ambrosia and Ivana Dooney. Ambrosia led a good part of last night's Truck Series race before the engine let go on her truck, which resulted in her finishing out of the race. That was after the first restart, coming to I think it was the second restart in last night's Truck Series race. There's Shanti Darwish, Caitlin Roy, Ada Chua. And the caution is out for the first time today. Looks like we had some smoke. Oh, look out. Some drivers already took the caution, and the leaders were not expecting. We don't know who caused the smoke on the front straightaway, but that is our first caution of the event on lap number 7. Close call. We nearly had a wreck coming to the yellow, so caution's out for the first time this evening. Let's jump back, look at a replay to see what happened on the front straightaway here in the early stages of the Funai 250. And this is what happened to bring out the first yellow. Megan Knight got turned by the 23 of Ada Chua. And around went the Aaron's Dream Machine. And it looks like Alyssa Albon got involved. Emma Kaiser got a piece of it as well. Oh, and Mackenzie Cervino got a piece of it as well. We'll look at that in just a second. There's Tatiana Guerra going to bounce off of Emma Kaiser there. There's the 26 of Jayla Durazin. Elizabeth Gardner, was involved. But how did Mackenzie Cervino get a piece of this? As I got a fly that won't leave me alone. She's going to hit the car. Oh, Balam Kim. Did she get a piece of it? Second in points, Balam Kim. Looks like she barely escaped. I don't know if she got a piece of it or not. 49's missing a left front. That means the 49 is going to be done for the night. Yeah, she's done for the night because you can see the black smoke erupted. There's Chow Dang. But for the most part, everybody else has driven away. So that's the first caution of the race here at Richmond tonight. Let's jump to the restart here at Richmond. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap 13 of 60. That should give us a total of 48 laps to go in this evening's event. Natalie Fisher is the leader. Alex Adrie starting second. Darlene Ward third. Caleb Imbergia fourth. Vana Dooney is fifth. Sixth is Shanti Darwish. Look at all those lap cars on the inside. Caitlin Roy seventh. I missed one. Ada Chua eighth. Carolina Bradley ninth. And Tatiana Guerra completes top 10. Two cars out of the race after that incident. It is Mackenzie Cervino and the 26 of Jayla Durazin. Cervino came in this race 12th in the points, so she's going to take a hit in the standings. We're back to green. Jayla Durazin was 23rd in the point standings. That's going to be a big hit for her. 35 cars on the lead lap. Shalaya Askarov is the last driver on the lead lap in the 20. Sydney Ball is now ahead of the leaders. Should we get another caution? Because remember, she came to pit road while we were under green. That would give us 36 cars out of the 40 that is still running in this race of the 42 that started this event. There's Askarov. I don't see any damage to the Rockwell Automation Chevrolet unless she got held up by maybe a little bit of fender damage, but I don't think that should be too bad. Isabel Gordon's back here at the rear of the field. Isabel Gordon's another driver as I got a fly that won't stop bugging me. As we're going 3 wide. Who's that up on top? Oh, that's Chow Dang who's off the pace. I was going to say Isabel Gordon's another driver who came in this race running well in points as they're 3 wide. Trying to get around the lap car of Megan Knight in the 99. Also, Alyssa Albon is not up to speed, and she's holding up Elena Lydia. And Darlene Ward has taken a race lead while all that was going on. Sydney Ball would love to see a caution right about now. As I have to grab my friend Mr. Fly Swatter because I have a fly that is not going to leave me alone. Sydney Ball, like I said, really needs a caution, and she's got one. Caution's out for the second time tonight. Sydney Ball will be back on the lead lap as we've had a wreck on the front straightaway, and it involved Ada Chua. So Sydney Ball is back on the lead lap, so what a perfect timing for that yellow, and she can salvage what she can out of this race. So that's good for her. Caution's out for the second time tonight here at Richmond. Let's jump back and look at a replay to see what happened on the front straightaway. That caused caution number 2. Well, lap traffic caused this second caution of the day. And Alyssa Albon is going to get turned by the points leader, Leela Bakai, and down in front of Becky Sampson, the 27. I think Bakai just got tired of the 30 car holding her up, which I can't say I blame her. There's where Ada Chua got damaged. Wanda McBride got a piece of it in the Toys R Us 54. And Isabel Gordon's going to slightly tap the Keystone Light Dodge. And Shalaya Askarov is going to slightly touch the 71 there. No harm, no foul. Do a little bit of damage to the front end of her Rockwell Automation Chevrolet. So that's what brought out the second caution of the day. And the great news is this gal is back on the lead lap in Sydney Ball. So that's what brought out the second caution of the evening. Let's jump to the restart here at Richmond. About to go back to green flag racing here on lap number 25 of 60 with one less lap card to contend with. Darlene Ward is the leader. Alexandria Starn still in second. Calvin Berger third. Shanti Darwish is fourth. Natalie Fisher fifth. Yvonne Dune is sixth. Kaylin Roy seventh. Darby King is eighth. Elizabeth Gardner is ninth. And Trixie Tang completes the top 10. Emma Kaiser is one lap down. I think she was a lap down from that first incident of the evening. Sydney Ball will restart 35th. Wanda McBride came to pit road, had to remove the hood on the 54, so she has returned the race. And like I said, aerodynamics is not going to be much. So we still have 40 drivers still on track of the 42 that started, 36 of them on the lead lap. Green flag back in the air. As we're getting closer to the midway point of tonight's race, I should say. Excuse me there. Let's see where the points leader, Leela Bakai, restarted. She restarted in the 25th position. The gal that came in this race second in points is 11th. That's Balam Kim. And just as that restart was quick, the third yellow of the race is out. Looks like Chalet. No, looks like Autumn McDowell would be the reason for the yellow. Yeah, there she is. A lot of damage to the right front of the 84 machine. And all these girls need to get going or they're going to get lapped. And Darlene Ward's not going to let them go, but the pace car is going to let them go. Like a wreck in turn number 4. Okay, now they're going to let them go. Hopefully you guys don't make any contact. Yeah, they're going to start letting them go, so. Caution's out for the third time today as we're approaching the halfway point of today's race. Let's jump back, look at a replay to see what happened in turn number 4. And here's what happened. It looks like Selena Diaz and Autumn McDowell had something to do with this third yellow. And the 84 just right rear hooks the 52. and sent both girls into the safer barrier. Thank goodness that was a safer barrier they both hit. That's a tough break for Anna McDowell. And they were the only two cars involved in this wreck. Anna McDowell came into this race 35th in the points. That is not what she wanted in this deal. And somebody spun Askarov around. Who spun her around? Oh, Wanda McBride. Whoa. NR, quit going too far back. And looks like she hit the orange cone, so she sent that cone back to Coney Island, and then she spun off before going off the nose of Wanda McBride. But Selena Diaz, on the other hand, came as race 7th in points. That's a driver who was running well in points. Unfortunately, she's going to take a massive hit in the standings. So big disappointment for that 52 team. She is no doubt done for the night. So that's what our third yellow was. Let's jump to the restart here at Richmond. Just approaching the 1 to go signal here at Richmond International Raceway. As we're going to go ahead and give you a top 10 rundown. Darlene Ward still the leader, still Calip second. Emma Kaiser is for some reason a lap down, but she's supposed to be lining up on the inside line. Shanti Darwish is third. Fourth is Natalie Fisher, Alyssa Albon fifth, unless we haven't gotten the 1 to go signal yet, which I think we did. Yeah, we did. Von Dooney is fifth. Sixth is Caitlin Roy. Darby King seventh. Trixie Tang eighth. Ninth, Elizabeth Gardner. And Balam Kim completes the top 10. And we're going green for some reason, so I don't understand why we are not gotten some lap cars to the inside line. Oh boy, this is going to be a jumbled up restart. Anna McDowell and Selena Diaz are both out of this race after that incident. We're back to green. And we're being told the 16, 99, 30, and 23 have been given a warning for an improper lane on the restart. They were lined up single file when they were supposed to be on that inside line, so I do not understand why they were lined up on the outside line when they are a lap down, but I don't think that minds Darlene Ward and Calip Ambrosia. As Prue Granger has come to pit road for an unscheduled pit stop. Not entirely sure what was wrong with Prue Granger. That's a tough break for Prue. Prue Granger came in this race 17th in points. That's not what Prue Granger was hoping for. Good run for Tatiana Guerra right there. Ran last night's Truck Series race, running a good race in the 12 machine as someone just kicked up some dust. I don't know who that came from. Not sure who it was from. Whoever. Oh, that was from Angela Thornburg. Last winter in trouble. That's fourth in the point standing. So that's where the dust came from. Oh, boy. A lot of drivers who came in this race running well in points going to really take some hits. Balam Kim is running in 7th. That's second in points as Angela Thornburg has returned to the race. Leela Bakai is all the way back in 30th. No clue what was wrong with Angela Thornburg's car, but now she's off the pay. Now she's a couple laps down. She's now 3 laps down, we're being told. So I'm not really sure what was wrong on the Outdoor Channel Chevrolet. And like I said, she came this race running well in points. Let's find out where third in points is running. That would be April Winters. There she is, running in 17th. And Balam Kim is running in the top 10 right now, currently in the 7th position. As I said, came as her second in points. April Winters is 17th. That's third in points. Leela Bakai is 29th. She was your points leader coming into tonight's race. So definitely not going to do her chances of keeping the points lead any good heading into their next race in 3 weeks' time at the Michigan International Raceway, which is the next race for the Diva Busch Series girls. Because next week it's Arizona for the Diva Cup Series after they finish up their race weekend here at Richmond. It will, however, be a late start next week for Arizona. It will be a 10:30 Eastern Standard Time race. At least it'll be on a Saturday, if you know what I mean. There's Elizabeth Gardner, Zara Mirmoez, Tatiana Guerra. Maguire 31st in the points, a well-needed run from her. 36th in the points for Azara Mirmoez, well-needed run for the Egyptian driver, one of two in the field, the other being this girl right here, Shanti Darwish. Excuse me. As Calvin Berger trying to catch the 73. Darlene Ward has had an average finish of 16th. She's yet to score a top 5 in her Diva Busch Series career, and so far she's been leading for most of the second half of the race ever since she just took the race lead. And she's also looking to become our 7th different winner in the first 7 races of the Diva Busch Series. See if Leela Bakai has made up any ground. She's only made it up to 28th place. Sydney Ball, who was 1 lap down and 42nd earlier on this race after a mechanical problem, she's made it all the way up to 27th. So she somewhat has made some progress in the later stages of this race. As Askarov's in danger of going a lap down. We're, by the way, at 10 to go. So if we get another caution, we're going to have all restarts being single file. And I'm being told that the Diva Busch officials made a mistake. They were not inside of 10 to go. They were at 30 to go on that single file restart. So the 16, the 99, 23, and 30 won't get any repercussions because of the fact the Diva Busch officials just, basically made a mistake. So there shouldn't be any, I don't think there's going to be any penalties as far as that little conversation is concerned. Shalaya is going to Shalea is going to actually move herself out of the way for Darlene Ward. Now she's on the back of Chow Dang, who, by the way, is going to take a massive hit in the points. Came as race 5th in points. So we could end up having a new points leader, number 1, in Balam Kim. And number 2, we're going to end up having our 7th different winner in this race. And I can tell you, there's a couple of drivers out of the 42 car field. There's like some of them that have not been signed to a team, to any PCSRA teams. Darlene Ward is actually, funny thing to note, is one of those drivers. Calip Ambrosia is another. Shanti Darwish is another. Natalie Fisher, I don't think she's been signed to a team. Looks like Andrew went to possibly go get Michael's medicine or something. My roommates, Michael and Andre, just got home as I'm recording this race. Then again, the only driver who has a team owner is Tatiana Guerra, running in 7th, who's under Captain Frank, as we're going to start calling him. Mr. Frank or Captain Frank. I'm going to just say Mr. Frank himself. Tatiana is having a well-needed run for Tatiana. As we're down to 2 laps of racing to go here at Richmond. They're about to lap Emma Kaiser in the 16. Put Kaiser, I believe, put her 2 laps down as the white flag is out for the 73 of Darlene Ward. Has a nice 2-second lead over Calip Ambrosia. That's Isabel Gordon, the 71, who's already gone a lap down as Darlene Ward off of turn 2 to win the Funai 250, her first Diva Busch Series win. What a job for that 73 bunch. And remember, she came in this race top 10 of the point standings. This will keep her in the top 10 of the points leaving tonight's race here at Richmond. Standings are now official. Calip Ambrosia will get 2nd, so good run for Calip Ambrosia, who comes in this race 18th in the points, so she's going to be very pleased with that result. Shanti Darwish got 3rd. Great run for Shanti. Shanti Darwish came into this race 27th in the points. This is going to be a big points helper for her. Natalie Fisher, top 10 in the points. Will stay in the top 10 in the points with a 4th place result. Good run for that 37 Wolf team. Yvonne Dooney comes home in the 5th position. Yvonne Dooney came in this race 24th in the points, so she'll continue to move her way through the point standings. Tatiana Guerra will get 6. Good run for Tatiana, who comes in this race 31st in the points, so a nice bounce-back run for that young lady out of Frank. Azara Mirmoez, well-needed run from her, 36 in the points. Will move her way through the points table in 7th with a 7th place finish. Elizabeth Gardner, 39th in the points, end up 8th. So a couple of drivers that were way down the points table, Noguera, Mirmoez, and Gardner, they're going to get some good points out of this day. Trixie Ting will get a 9th place result. She was 29th in the points, so she'll continue to move her way through the points table. And nice top 10 run for Erin Walsh in that yellow transportation Dodge, and she comes away with the 10th position. Balam Kim, Darby King, Annie James, Caitlin Roy, and Joanna Berg were your top 15. Balam Kim came in this race 2nd in the points. The gal she was trying to run down for the points lead, Leela Bakai, finished all the way down in 28th. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, we had 30 cars finish on the lead lap. Wanda McBride was the last of those 30 drivers, as that stupid fly won't leave me alone. From Isabel Gordon to Angela Thornburg, they finished one or more laps down, and 4 drivers finished out of the race. Autumn McDowell, Selena Diaz, Jalen Derezin, and Mackenzie Servino. A couple of those drivers like Diaz and Servino came in this race running well in points. They're going to take some hits in the standings. Chow Ding was running well in points. She's going to take a hit with a 36th place finish. So, and boy, Becky Sampson, 29th, she's also going to take a hit in the standings because she was another driver who came in this race running well in points. So I can tell you the points are going to get mighty shaken up after tonight's race, with a couple of drivers who are struggling in the points table getting good runs, and a couple of drivers that were running well in points. They're going to take some massive hits heading into our next race in 3 weeks at Michigan International Raceway. But that's going to do it from here at Richmond. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. Congratulations to Darlene Ward on her first career Diva Busch win. If you enjoyed tonight's race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCS Raid Crew today. We shared your full finish results. You will see your point standings heading into our next race, as I said, in 3 weeks at Michigan International Raceway. We first cap off this race weekend with the Diva Cup Series from here at the Richmond International Raceway. And then next week, it's just Diva Cup Series coming your way from Arizona Speedway as Diva Trucks and Diva Busch takes an off week. Next week, then the following week, it'll be Diva Trucks from South Boston and the Diva Cup coming your way from the Turkey Triangle of Pocono Raceway. But until then, I've been DeVos signing off. Good night from Richmond. You've been watching another broadcast courtesy of PCS Raid TV, the best in racing since 2017.